And before I give Kaz the breakdown and the shout out here, I just want to mention Coral has some decent metal too. There's a crash site there, so you can get the full loadout. Like, Coral's a busted spot right now. I think it's one of the better ones to play off of. But here we do have our game 1 winner, Kaz, Team Vanish, hanging nicely there. Peppers and everything in the loadout. But on the other perspective, it's Ale who's getting into some early game engagement. Someone's going to need it too. Only 2 points, signaling that he made it past 75th place, possibly picked up an Ilum as well. We'll see what Ale can do here. It's Misty Meadows. We know this to be a hot spot for early game fights. Ooh. And yes, he's just gonna walk through fire, making it look easy.
He's doing well. He's going to town right now. He's trying to jump down, see if he can find another angle to get this on. But yes, he is playing this very, very well. I was actually going to question the use of the crash pads in that way. Like, it is a good way to jump them up into the air, but you've really got to back your aim, and Irek did just that. This Authority, he always goes west side, and what he'll do is he'll drop on the west side, and he'll break his way down into the basement section pretty early, but he prioritizes staying around where the kind of prison cell level is, because that's your highest chance to find jewels. In and around those prison cells.
Yeah, time feels like it slows down in those end games when there's 20, 30 alive. You just need them to fall for the points. But on the other side, it's 20 here who needs something more than the donut that he's sitting on. But he has the floppers to play off of here. He can easily bounce back. It's going to be the mini followed by the big flop here to put him at 86 shield now. Player up above. He's got to make some good reactive timings here with the shots, considering Mini has the crash pads and he's hunting. He's going to jump in the box, and he is. He's going to react beautifully there and find the big charge shot. On his shield luck here, so he's looking to finish this fight and take it here to take end. Who's on the run right now. He's gonna box up after getting tagged one time. Playing into the big pot though. It's gonna be a good old-fashioned box fight. The cross pad in. Can he find it? Yes, he's gonna connect all the way through. It's gonna be nice and easy for him. That's what the stake is here, so that they can play in grand finals on Sunday. You only have 6 opportunities here. And Aspect is off to a great footing. 13 points is massive, and he's already scoring more because he got that cheeky Elam that he snatched up earlier by third-partying the fight. And now he's looking for another snipe, though. Can he find it? This is going to be an impressive one. Yes! It's on the Kanata! Oh, my gosh.
Taking some shots downriver as someone tries to make this rotate with that downriver. It's a good way to get some speed going, but at the same time, it does open you up to a lot of lobby focus here. Right now, he's in that middle section where pretty much all eyes on him. There's no elevation. There's no build to give him cover. And Irek just, there it is, Cosmic, who we saw earlier, trying to make that rotate with the crash pads. Unfortunately, you talked about a Monster. White lining it sometimes just runs you into too many opponents. You really, really got to pick your rotates in these stack lobbies. It's a work of art. It's why a lot of us casters like to look at it. We break it down, we watch it, we go back in the replays, because some of the decisions these guys make and some of the factors they have to take into account as they make these rotates is just, it's unbelievable.
That's right. I mean, Fortnite is impressive for a multitude of reasons, right? It's not just the APM, the action per minute, how fast you can click your binds and how mechanical you are. Honestly, the best of the best are equally as smart at playing the game and finding key frags like that, just like Rox is going to find right here, forcing that player out. And now he's going to look to fish up the loot. Yes, this is not one that you see often, but it is possible to actually pull the gear up. Take a look. Rox is making it work here. He already pulled up a purple weapon, and yeah, it may be only like 1 or 2 items at a time, but hey, it's going to work here.
Yeah, and that's why some of those items just have so much more utility when it comes to competitive Fortnite compared to regular matches. Obviously, in a regular match, you just drop down and grab the loot, right, Monster? But in these games, we just saw if you drop down and you just drop fresh builds, which is when you place your builds and they haven't fully gained their durability and their strength, you become a target for the whole lobby. So sitting up in your fully built box like that from Rox and just having a little leisurely fish down below, you can catch a lot, and it's a really good play.
I love that. So I'm willing to bet someone at home just probably hit the little light bulb in the brain like, hey, I didn't know that was possible, because typically you see it with the harpoon. So very impressive. This is a standoff that you see happening back there. Those Skittles rocks all in a nice little tee up against one another on the back half of the zone. They're gonna have to make the rotate together and figure out who's gonna go first there. Now though, John with high ground and the half in half out, he's sitting on the power line up above. Ooh, this is a strong position to be in.
This is a very strong position to be in. He's one off that top 50 placement threshold. So the reason why there's such a strong position is this power line is indestructible. So you can't break it. Like almost everything in Fortnite, you can break. This power line, you cannot. So John pretty much has just ultimate high ground right now up here. He has a launch pad as well. Has 2 launch pads and 6 crash pads. So this is a play you're going to have to see. And this is what kind of scares me with these players. I haven't seen too much about John. I'm happy to admit I don't know too much about him. But this is his game to try and close this one out. If he somehow doesn't have the game that he needs right now, it's going to kind of to cause big issues for his qualification and his confidence, because right now he has everything. If he does not close this game out, he has no excuse for that, and sometimes that can be scarier than anything because the pressure can get to you.
I do agree, but hey, the pressure's not here, not on him, not just yet. He's going to find CJ floating in the air off the stacks there. That's going to work out for him nicely here, as that's going to be a second elim. Someone's trying to goblin up the loot too, though, and this is going to be another freebie. There's not a single player with a big line of sight on him, not that we can see at the moment, and hey, he's going to get a little bit of the action there, so it's okay, still being proactive. Now, if this was like Aqua from EU, there'd probably be some insane stat showing how many games he can win when he pulls half in, half out. You get so much advantage at having this dominant position. I am so curious to see if John can at least pull a top 10 or top 5 out of this, because he's been granted such a strong hold here as someone who didn't have a great game one.
Yeah, he didn't have a strong game one at all, and Zone goes pretty far across, and you probably won't expect to see him hold it here. He's marking some of the high ground opposite. He's probably going to launch pad and try and retake that high ground. The only issue that scares me as well, Monster, we haven't seen the caddy launch too much in game one. I heard it ringing out, it was there, but it didn't have that same dominance we're used to. No matter how stacked you are, going for high ground without the caddy launcher is a very, very difficult situation to be in. You have to play it nearly perfect, if not perfect, to pull it off, as we now see Prickly Boy on 8 points, so kind of had a good game one for sure, and having a consistent game two here as well. 3 eliminations on the board, and actually no, he would have picked up 5 points already this game, Monster. Top 75, top 50, and 3 eliminations. He's looking good.
That's what I was going to say, and he gets another point now for just breaking into top 40, so hey, let the lobby do your bidding for you, because it's working out right now, and now he's looking to set up the next crash pad or the launch. Yes, he is going to launch across. It's going to be the zone 6 full pull, and he's going to get a nice hefty rotate out of that. That's going to work out beautifully. Just think about how much material he just saved, and the fact that he wasn't tagged on the touchdown there is going to work out so lovely for him. Prickly Boy now with the gray tactical shotgun. What can he do considering it doesn't hit that hard? And no, he's going to tuck himself way out. A little bit of a misplay, but that's all right. He's still very much in the game. Looking back now at the zone, putting down some pressure. It's not going to be anything too big, but on high ground, it's Ronaldo v. John, and on the low ground, it's Kaz. The game one winner gets taken out by Seaplit here.
So I haven't seen Starving box due. I don't think he is in this one. So this might be Ronaldo's chance to jump back up there as Prickly Boy picks up his 4th elimination of the game. I was going to say jumping down here was a bit of a misplay. You identify Monster. If Zone goes back up, which it now has, not a great position. It's not a huge elevation, not one of those big mounds at Misty, but he's really got to be smart about how he gets back up here. Top 25 placement points secured. Prickly Boy looking to have the game that's going to secure him and jump him back up into this one. You touched on a blue tack, not the best shotgun, but not the worst by any means either. And never mind, doesn't go up the elevation, just taking a really nice, just gentle rotate around the outside. Still 5 crash pads too, and 3 floppers. Haven't seen the floppers come out too much. One of the best meds to have going into endgame, because when you think about how much damage Storm does, 10 damage a second, and you can eat one of those floppers in 1 second to heal for 50, it is pretty massive as Prickly Boy finally getting contested on low ground as Aspect takes down Commandment, tabs in the feed as well. Prickly Boy just having a nice quiet one here, but it is going to spice up very quickly, Monster.
He's doing a great job reading the zone here, now following up with the box fights. He's looking to find something big, but not just yet. He still has a couple crash pads to guarantee him a few rotates. Finding a player on the back half was scrambling for some loot. This might be the easy indicator for him. Can he take the fight? Yes. He's going to find Twix on the other side of the wall. That was his control to begin with. And now, finally, the crash pad elevates him up. He's going up and over. He's in the mid ground now. Who's going to be next? Tabs is in the box nearby. He knows it, though. Looking for the edit, trying to gain control of the walls. Early rotate, early control to give him that freedom to move across here. Zone still playing against him, jumps down onto Owen, and another one. 6 eliminations now for Prickly Boy. It's looking so good, and it's just timing. His timing is impeccable right now. It is just working. The points are flowing in his favor. On the other side, though, Ronaldo, the big Ron, trying to find something huge here. He's in the mid ground with no material, Aussie.
No material whatsoever. I saw him going for that hunting rifle shot and knew his back was against the wall. There it is. No! So much damage. But Zijon, who we talked about, takes him down. He is capitalizing. He is making this game his. Prickly Boy is in the air right now. And Ronaldo, who was in 3rd place, I think he might have jumped into 1st unless someone else here has a big game. But Prickly Boy trying to jump his way all the way up there in game 2 as Knifer falls as well. It's kind of going back to these old builds now, so it's slowing down a little bit. But King trying to command some dominance from the high ground. Altio on the low ground, getting in a bit of a fight. Prickly Boy's down here as well. Spade in this one as well. We have have a bit of a, so top right is a bit delayed right now. We have Spade in the bottom right. It's a 1v1v1. Spade, Fish, and Prickly Boy. Prickly Boy's back out in Storm on the top right of your screen. Prickly Boy looking to try and control this one. Shockwave launcher is still in play. I'm not sure who had the Shockwave launch there. I think it's actually Fish. I think he Shockwaved himself out into Storm as they go toe-to-toe. Prickly Boy, can he have such a huge game here and close out Spade? No, is it Prickly Boy with the Shockwave launcher? He is. He's getting some shots out, drops down onto Spade. Can he find his way in? He's on the wall. There he is. He breaks through, but no. He overshoots it, and Spade closes it out. It was Mythic versus Mythic, and Spade takes advantage of Prickly Boy's misplay with the Shockwave, but a huge game from him nonetheless, Monster.
No, and it's Vanish Kaz again on top, but he's tied for first right now with Ronaldo. The Victory Royale being the tiebreaker, but in third is Spade with 23 points, who also has that Victory Royale.